Last video we covered our process cutting softwood trees from start to finish. Today we're going to do our hardwood trees. I have here a paper birch that we're going to cut down. I'll show why on the camera. So if we look up on this birch tree, it has a large lean in one direction, and then at the very top up here it splits in a Y. So it's not a very healthy tree to leave. We're going to cut it for firewood. Most of my trees are still a small enough diameter that I don't have to do any fancy kind of cuts to take them down. Just a simple notch in the direction that I want to cut them, and then I'll cut through the back over here. At this stage with my softwoods, I'd have to look at what lengths I could make out of it that would be nice straight logs, and then cut them at 8 feet or longer. But with my hardwood, I can just chunk these up into whatever lengths I can carry over to my trailer. You can see this part of the process of cutting up hardwood trees is a lot faster than with softwood trees. All you do is rip through your log. You don't have to worry about taking the bark off of it either. So I just load these pieces onto my trailer and we'll haul them out of here. I also cut my stumps off to avoid future trip hazards. You cut a little groove in each stump in order to trap water to help it to rot. This here's my firewood wagon, and I can get away with using this for my hardwoods because I never have ones that are really long lengths like I do with softwood trees. That's why I have the other trailer that I've shown on the channel. This is in part why I run this setup with a three-wheeler, because this turning radius is so much better than a four-wheeler or likely any tractor that you could have. Lets me get in around really tight places. So this is where I unload my firewood and pile it up off the ground. And after this is where it gets labor intensive with the hardwood. It's at this stage where processing hardwood becomes very labor intensive. All of this has to be junked into lengths that fit my wood stove. Then we have to get into splitting this. If I had 2 or 3 guys working with me, I could design something to make cutting up firewood more efficient. But where it's just me on my own, the most efficient thing I can do is just pile it here off of my logging trailer and then cut it into pieces for my wood stove. last wagon load of wood I brought down here, I piled, I think, these 3 decent diameter birch trees right here. So I'm going to take a minute to cut these up and then split them to show the labor that's involved in even just 3 trees here before I've got it from a log onto my pile where it's going to dry for the summer and be burned next year. Okay, that gave us 14 pieces now that I need to split. Okay, we cut up 3 logs into 14 pieces, and however long it takes me to split this on the video, I'll speed it up by 4 times, and that's how long it takes to go through this. This is the base of the tree. It gets wide there, and it might be hard to split. I think this is 14. And after that, this wood still needs to be moved onto some runners that get laid down, and they get piled off the ground to dry for the rest of the season. This video should give you a good idea of the work that goes into processing firewood, from cutting the tree to the finished product. This is the first bit of wood here that I've split this spring. I got a lot more ahead of me to do. Thanks for watching.